Hello, adventurer. It's good to see you. You have made it to the morning grind.
Welcome, welcome.
It's the live stream at the beginning of the Geekverse, where we talk about all types of topics in geekdom, gaming, and fantasy, with an emphasis on being constructive and creating the things that we want to exist in the world.
It's all on the grind, Sizemore. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
That's exactly right. There are a lot of adventures to be had today. Dungeons to explore and monsters to slay, and who knows what a random encounter might send our way. That's why we have to prepare, so settle in now for the morning grind with your favorite beverage in hand.
Tea? Or maybe something a little stronger. I've got a few bottles of the old Wynyard left.
Whatever you want. Pull up a chair.
Dude.
If you're feeling fancy, how about a cappuccino? Or a frappuccino? Or how about an espresso?
Just tea, thank you.
Sounds good to me, Gandalf. Whatever you want. I'm just glad you're here.
Everyone is welcome. You can just watch if you want. You don't have to worship anything you don't want to worship.
Thank you, Mike. But be forewarned.
Sometimes we get really strange characters around here.
Wait, what's that you say? Why can't you come and be a part of the stream?
My wife would disown me.
Oh no, I bet she'll be fine with it. Come on in.
Am I scared for my safety? No.
What are we supposed to do?
Everybody do the secret handshake.
Secret cultist handshake.
Oh, now do wizards who love each other.
This, my friend, is a science.
I still don't have gifts, but it's fine.
It's all on the grind, son. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
Dude, this would be a sick place to bring the band.
Indeed it would be, Dave. It really would. I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Oh, look, here's someone new.
Is this the cultist meetup?
Yes it is.
Come to hang out? Please accept me. I have nothing else.
Okay, we accept you. Everyone's welcome here.
Brought some snacks.
Well, that makes things even better.
You want some coffee? I don't drink coffee. You sure?
It's cultist coffee.
What makes it cultist coffee? I'm a cultist and I'm drinking it. Oh. Then I'll have some.
What exactly is going on here?
I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome. It's so great to have you. Oh, and look, here comes another stranger.
Can we help you?
Yes, fellow cultists. I could really use some food.
Oh yeah? Welcome. We have donuts.
Oh, it's me. I'm glad I'm here. I'm sure you have a few questions for me, though.
What's your name? Who do you work for? What god do you worship?
Great questions, Rob.
I'm Steve King, and I worship Nyarlathotep.
No, not really. I'm just Heath, and I won't be worshiping anything this morning. But I will be your host. Welcome to the office. We're going to have a great time. I've got my coffee ready, because now it's time for the morning grind.
If you could become a fish, that would be amazing. Then I could command you with my mental fish powers.
Hey, good morning, everyone. It is so good to see you. Welcome to my home, welcome to the office, and welcome to the morning grind. I'm having a pretty good morning. Been up trying to work, getting organized for gaming, actually starting tomorrow, so I hope that you are also doing well. We're going to be talking about Dominion today, which actually I don't have the box next to me, but it's one of the games that I keep kind of close at hand and often in the car with me, so that if we've got friends or family who have time for a game, but we're not talking about a real heavy big box game, I think Dominion is pretty good for that, and it is one of the ones that I built out for the online coffee shop, the gaming coffee shop, which is coming up soon. So I want to point out that I'm starting tomorrow. I'm going to be running some practice games tomorrow. So I emailed everybody who had signed up either on the Google form or on the landing page right here. I just said that I would do this. And didn't I put up a schedule? See, the schedule. Hang on just one second. Let me, I was working on that this morning as well, because I'm running 2 practice games tomorrow. I should have already had the schedule up, but I didn't have that one. I don't. Let's see. Coffee shop schedule right here. Okay, so I started putting this out. So can you see that? So I was starting to go with it. So I think that so tomorrow I'm going to run a practice game of both diplomacy and Dominion. I know that a lot of people can't join. Like we were practicing live diplomacy earlier this week, and I know that a lot of people obviously couldn't play live. It was pretty fun playing on the morning grind, but there may be people who want to play diplomacy. Just be a practice game. Practice game. We'll teach the backstabber software, but we'll do it all together, connected through the coffee shop. Tomorrow, I just sent out an email, 5:30 p.m. If you want in on that, just email me back. I can get up to 7 players, but I'm player number 1, so it can take 6 players. And then Dominion has 2 to 4 players, and I'm one of them. Oh, I guess I should, up to 7 players. So there we go. And then 2 to 4. All right. Haven't gone so far. 2 to 6. So tomorrow I'm going to do both of those. So if you want to learn how to play Dominion or Diplomacy, 5:30 p.m. tomorrow, Diplomacy, 7:30 p.m. Dominion. Let me know. And then next week, what I'll do is I think Wizard's Quest and Secret Hitler, and we'll just do those as practice games before March 2nd, which will be RavenCon. Charlie, are you in the chat? I got Charlie down for Shadow Dark. Got him assigned. I got to build out the VTT codes, but I was starting to build out a schedule for us so we can play. But critically, tomorrow, and Diplomacy will also be just, since it's a practice game, we'll just go for 90 minutes. So just a 90-minute practice game, learn how to play as far as the game goes and the software. And then at 7:30, I will also teach Dominion. So if you want to be in on that, sign up here and let me know. Let's see. Who have we got here? Let's see. Good morning, Mike. Good morning. Good morning, Lynn. Good morning. And PH. Good morning. RPG Exile and Sable Phoenix. Oh, there's Charlie. Yep, Charlie's in the chat. Oh no, Zero the Blade says, good morning, everyone. PTSD flashbacks of this game is giving me a headache. Oh no. Good morning, Andrew. Good. I'm headed right over there again after this morning grind. We may have to cut out a few minutes early because I'll be walking right back over there and working on some grapevines. I know. See, this is a game that the people who love it also really love it. There are a lot of people who love Dominion, and that's because, well, one of the reasons is because it does have a whole lot of replayability, even within just the core box. It's got a whole bunch of cards in it. It's a deck building game. It's got a whole bunch of cards, but you don't play with the whole box of cards for even the core game. You take a selection of the cards and you can mix and match the different sets of cards to make a different game every time that you're playing. And then there are like tons. There are tons and tons of Dominion expansions to add even more different sets of cards to it. So there are just tons of them. Let's see. PH, actually, I just posted about this in the AI for creatives in the Discord server. Have I seen, PH says, Heath, have you seen Sora from OpenAI makes text to video in an amazing quality and it renders until 1 minute of the video. It's not yet available to everyone. Yes, I did watch this yesterday afternoon. When I got back from the winery, I saw some videos on YouTube about that, and that looks incredible. I mean, that's a huge leap for video. I mean, it puts everything else before that to shame, right? As far as any type of video animation goes. Let's see. Andrew says, yeah, exactly. We're not playing with the whole deck. Oh, S. Ren says, my group did a custom game with all the cards. Whoa. All right. Hey, let's do our sip. Let's do our sip, breathe and sip. Everybody got your coffee this morning? I've been drinking coffee this morning. I got my fish do not drink tea mug. So I've got this. Let's do 2 deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth, and then take 2 sips of your favorite beverage, whatever that is this morning. So here we go. Let's breathe. And sip. There we go. That was good. That was good this morning. I was thinking a lot more yesterday about. I'm trying to revise basically my entire weekly schedule here and what it is that I'm doing every week and day to day. And I am thinking that I want to reboot the morning grind as a longer show, maybe one day a week. And it might be, for some reason, I tend to stack live streams up on Sunday because I'm releasing the Table Talk shows on Sunday afternoon, the ones that are going from this channel over to Table Talk. And I like to release the Dinner and a Board Game on 6 o'clock on Sundays, and that just seems like a good day to play Dinner and a Board Game if we were able to get that show going again. But then for some reason, I was also thinking Sunday morning would be a good day for the morning grind. Do a longer morning grind on Sundays, cover a variety of different topics. I'm thinking that that's going to be the way that I'm going to go. So I'm thinking about rebooting. It'll be a reboot of the show in that kind of format. So I will keep everyone informed here. Also in the Discord server, and then also I'll post to the YouTube community tab. So Andrew says, does one day a week do better numbers, or does traffic seem to be more related to the topic? I don't really know if one day is better than another. I know that it seems like the day that has the least amount of traffic is Saturday. As far as people, on the morning grind, it seems like the Saturday show is watched the least. And I understand that because people have things to do on Saturday, including me sometimes. Sometimes I've got to, got family lunch or something like that, that I've got to go and drive to and things like that. So I don't know that. Now, I have not studied it in depth, doing kind of statistical analysis, but other than it just seems like that Saturday is the down day. But that makes sense. Yeah, everyone is also partying on Friday night, right? So maybe we get on some kind of schedule where we're playing games on Saturdays. I would have played games tonight, but I've got a game. I've got a dinner tonight I got to go to. But maybe we can get on a schedule where there's gameplay on Saturday nights, and then Sunday morning is the morning grind or something like that. So Saturday evening. I don't want to, like, in my time zone, I don't want to go real late on Saturdays. But I was thinking like 3 to 10 or something like that. So we will see. So that is my current thinking. That also is what's good. That's going to do is also, I think, help me better differentiate as far as a brand goes, Table Talk from the morning grind, because that will put all of the tabletop gaming and stuff, all that material on the morning grind. And who knows, then we could even have guests on the morning grind. If we had a longer show, invite some people on and have more guests. We've tried having a couple of guests on the morning grind, but I kind of like having the morning grind as something I can do by myself, which would still be on Sundays. But the Sundays, we could also have somebody as a guest from time to time, not necessarily for the entire thing, but have somebody on for a little bit or something like that. Move more tabletop gaming guests to the morning grind, and then that will leave table talk for what I would like to be sort of, the deepest, best conversations we can have on a variety of subjects in the Geekverse over there, and try to get higher profile guests for that. So that's kind of what my thinking is right now, and I think that's going to be a good way to go. But speaking of table talk, so we're supposed to look at Alien on Tuesday. But then we'll look at Dune. So make sure that you're reading Dune. I was also looking at some different analysis of Dune. So Alien on Tuesday night. A week from Tuesday, that will be Alien. But then also the book that we're reading after Dune. Well, I guess Dune is Dune. If you want to read the Dune book for analysis, we'll be talking about both the book and the movie in 2 weeks. But then I also started on Paradise Lost. So Paradise Lost will be the big one next. So we'll look at Paradise Lost on Table Talk. I mean, that'll still be about a month. So that'll be about a month after Dune. But I went ahead and got started on Paradise Lost, listening to that. And I'm glad I went ahead and got started in that advance, because that's not something I just listen to and then go and do the show. It's going to take a lot of scholarly analysis on Paradise Lost. Let's see. PH says, I juggle every grind feed to my kids and take him to school. I juggle every grind to feed my kid and take him to school while I listen and write in English while I play and talk to him in Portuguese. Oh. Wait, which one is that? I think a message might not have gone through. But anyway, and I wanted to also to do on the morning grind, thinking in that kind of, on table talk, thinking about that kind of division between morning grind and table talk. I want to do get much deeper into Tolkien as well, and do some analysis there. So, but anyway, if you want to play tomorrow, as early as tomorrow, big RavenCon on March 2nd. But then if you want to just play some practice games tomorrow and learn, please sign up right there if you're just coming on to the channel right now. All right, let's take a look at Dominion if you're not familiar with this game. I built out Dominion for the coffee shop right here, so we can take a look at it right here. What you're looking at, and I got the rules right over here too, so we're going to look at the rules. But right here, we've got basically this is the entire base set of Dominion. And like I said, you don't use all of these games. I got trash and unused over here. So what you do is you just pick which ones. I believe it's 10 different types of cards that you're picking. And if you're not going to use that stack, you just put it over here in trash or unused. But that's the whole spread for all of the sets of cards for the base game. And then this right here, the rule book does have standardized or some recommended different games. And this is the layout for the first game that they recommend, or like a starter game or a beginner game. I tend to play this one a lot because it seems like we always have somebody new sitting down, so we just play this one. So you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different stacks of cards, and everything else is over here in the trash and unused. So this is what one particular game setup might use. You always use the coppers, the golds, the silvers, then your victory points are estate, province, and duchy. And I always try to organize these. Well, I'll show you how they're organized when we talk about by price. They're organized by price. I like to organize them by price on the table, so everybody can know what are the least expensive cards to the most expensive cards. And then over here, these are people's hands. And everybody, I went ahead and set up the hand too, because everybody starts with a hand of 10 cards. And the hand of 10 cards is as follows: 3 estates and then 7 copper. And I will show you all about that here in a moment. But we can go over here and actually look this up on the card as well. John says, I can't wait for the Tolkien discussion. Yeah, me too. I want to see if I'm focusing more on what's the best kind of discussions that we can have. I wonder if I can reach out to different Tolkien scholars and invite some of them on. Because Brianna and Doug and I and other guests can do that too. But I wonder if we can find Tolkien scholars who might want to come on. And I want to start with The Hobbit and try to have a really detailed conversation about that. Hey, good morning, Robert. Okay. So, all right. So what is this? Dominion. It's themed medieval. Okay, so this says, you are a monarch, like your parents before you, a ruler of a small, pleasant kingdom of rivers and evergreens. Unlike your parents, however, you have hopes, dreams. You want a bigger and more pleasant kingdom with more rivers and a wider variety of trees. You want a dominion. In all directions lie fiefs, freeholds, and feudums, all small bits of land controlled by petty lords and verging on anarchy. You will bring civilization to these unfortunates, uniting them under your banner. But wait, it must be something in the air. Several other monarchs have had the exact same idea. You must race to get as much of the unclaimed land as possible while you can, fending them off along the way. To do this, you will hire minions, construct buildings, spruce up your castle, and fill the coffers of your treasury. Your parents wouldn't be proud, but your grandparents on your mother's side would be delighted. This is a game of building a deck of cards. So this is a deck building theme. The structure of this kind of game is a deck building game. The deck represents your dominion. It contains your resources, victory points, and the things you can do. It starts out a small, sad collection of estates and coppers, but you hope that by the end of the game, it will be brimming with gold, provinces, and the inhabitants and structures of your castle and kingdom. You win by having the most, that is, victory point cards in your deck when the game ends. So, I like to start right here. This is how the game ends. Okay, so the game is going to end. You're going to be collecting these piles of, like, all right, let's use this as the basic example game. You're going to be buying these different cards. People are going to be putting them in their deck as they go. So the game is going to end when 3 piles are empty. So if everybody has drawn out 3 of these different stacks of 10s, then the game ends. Or if the province pile is empty. So here are the provinces right here. There are 10 province piles. These are worth 6 victory points apiece right here. And if that deck goes down, is emptied, regardless of what goes on over here, the game also ends. So all of this pile runs down, or 3 of these stacks of 10 are all drawn. The game ends. And then in which case you count up all of the cards which have victory points. So the duchy is a victory point card, the province is, and the estate is. The estate gets you 1 victory point. The duchy each duchy gets you 3 victory points, and each province you have in your hand gets you 6 victory points. Part of the genius of this game is that the cards that are worth victory points don't do anything for you during the game. In fact, the victory points can basically jam up your hand and prevent you from doing things during the game, prevent you from taking action. So the more victory points you have, the less likely, in your hand, and I'll show you how the hand cycles, that you're going to be able to do something, because you can't do anything with a victory point card during the game. But at the end of the game, the victory point cards are all that matters. So you have to balance that. They don't do anything for you during the game, but they're all that matters, then you count up at the end of the game. Let's see. So that's what's going on. That's how you win. Now, how do you actually do this? It says preparation. Take 3 estates and 7 coppers and shuffle them face down as a starting deck. Okay, so this is what we've got right here. So you can see in your hand, you've got 3 estates and 7 coppers. And so I'm going to flip over that stack, and then I'm going to shuffle it. I find this game is really easy to figure out once you play like a sample hand. I always have everybody play a sample, like 2 or maybe 3 rounds. By the time 3 goes by, everybody's got it. So everybody starts with the same hand. I'm going to put that, shuffle that and put that on my deck, and then I'm going to draw from that. Place 17 face-up piles of cards on the table, the 7 base card piles, which are always used, and are the same, and then 10 kingdom card piles, which vary from game to game. The full sets of cards are available in the game, are called the supply. So copper, silver, gold, estate, duchy, province, and curse are the base cards. Oh, I did put curse down here. I don't think this game actually uses curse cards, but they are down there if you need them. SRN, are you talking about this? Oh, I built this out in playingcards.io because this interfaces with the online coffee shop that I built out for walking around and playing board games with each other. So that's what this is. The online coffee shop, which is where we're running the RavenCon and also playing games. You can walk around. Your avatar can walk around the coffee shop, interact with each other. It brings up a video call when you approach somebody, so you can talk with people and meet people. And then when you all sit down at the table, it connects you all to a video call, and then you can access this particular tabletop, virtual tabletop. This is playingcards.io. It's simple, and I like simple, which means it works really well. Oh, James says, good morning. We love deck building games over here. Dominion, Ascension, Thunderstone. I have not played Ascension or Thunderstone. Okay, so I said, so all of those are sitting out. There are 26 kingdom cards. Select 10 piles. And later on in here, it says here's some recommended piles. So that's what I've got sitting right here. Randomly choose a starting player. If you have just played a game of Dominion, it was not a tie. Okay, whatever. Each player then draws an initial hand of 5 cards. So everybody then, once you've shuffled, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's my starting hand. I drew 4 coppers and 1 estate. So this says Dominion is a game of building a deck of cards. This is the overview. Each player has their own deck and their own discard pile and their own hands of cards and play area. Play starts with a weak initial deck and gradually acquires better cards over the course of the game. Players take turns. Each turn has 3 phases: action, buy, then cleanup, which you can remember as ABC. In the action phase, you can play 1 action card from your hand. See, the gameplay is also, the standard gameplay is also very simple. Now, other cards are going to allow you to start doing more stuff, but all you're doing on your turn is you have an action phase and then a buy phase and then cleanup. In the action phase, if you have an action card, you may play 1 from your hand. In the buy phase, you can buy any number of treasure cards and then buy 1 card to add to your deck. Okay, that's important to remember. It says buy any number of treasure cards. So your treasure cards are copper, gold, and silver. But critically, only 1 card to add to the deck. So you can only get 1 of these. Well, I might not have played that way. I think I was calling these a buy, but maybe, but now as I'm reading through here, so you can always buy a treasure card, but your buys only come from the stack of 10 kingdom cards down here. And the number of buys you have is limited. In the cleanup phase, sweep all the cards from play and into your hand from your hand and discard them, and then draw a new hand of 5 cards, shuffling as needed. So here's what's going to happen. So if it's my turn right here and I've drawn I'm not sure who I'm sitting down here as. I sat here in player's 3 seat. Hang on, I'll stand up from seat. I'll sit down at player. Oh, it says player 2. Okay, so those are my cards right there. Okay, so 1 estate, like I said, the estate doesn't do anything for me. That's a victory card, so that's just jamming up my hand. But I do have 4 copper cards. So I can take all 4 of these coppers. I have no action card. At the beginning of the game, nobody has an action card. So there's no action card here. So I don't have an action phase. I go straight into the buy phase, and I have 4 copper coins. I've arranged these. You see the number down here, like moat down there at 2, the lower left-hand corner, that 2 in on a coin. That tells me how many gold coins or how many coins it costs. It doesn't have to be gold because I've got coppers, but how many coins it costs in order to buy a moat. And then 3, I've organized all of these. So the Chancellor and the Village are 3. All of these should be 4. All of these should be 5 down here. The library, the council room. The gold coin is 6. I started back here up at the top. And then the province is 8. So let's say I want a village. So I'm going to say, all right, I got 4, but I only have 1 buy. I can only buy 1 card. So my other gold coin is going to be, or my other coin is going to be lost. So I'm going to take 1 village. I'm going to turn it face down. I'm going to put it in the discard pile. And that's what confuses people in the beginning. They're like, wait a minute, I just bought it. Why would I discard it? Well, you will see here in just a minute. So this card is left in my hand. This estate, this also gets discarded. And so then I put the other card back up here in the discard pile. So I've got 6 cards in my discard pile. And then everybody does the same thing. Now, their different hands will be different because they may have different, they will draw different things randomly. But then as soon as I put this back in, the discard all of my cards, I take what was in the deck. There are only 5 cards left, and that's my new hand. It's important to go ahead and draw your hand at the end of your turn because some cards other players will play may take cards from your hand or could interact with your hand. So now it would be the end of my turn, and then the next person goes. When it comes back around to my turn, well, these estates can't do anything. They just jam up my hand. But I say, look, I got 3 copper coins right here. So I tell you what, I'll buy another village. So I'll flip that upside down. And I'll put all of this in my discard stack. Now I shuffle that up. What do? I've got to draw another hand because it's the end of my turn. So I shuffle all of that up again. And then I move it over to my deck. And then I draw a hand of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I didn't get an action card right there. I want to have an action card that shows you this. Good. Hey, good morning, Stray. Good to see you. So if it came back around to my turn again and I have 4, let's buy something else. I would say, all right, well, I've got 4 coins this time. No action. I'm still on a buy phase. Like the thief says, each other player reveal the top 2 cards of their deck. If they reveal any treasure cards, they trash one of them that you choose. You may gain any or all of those trashed cards. They discard the other revealed cards. Militia is +2 gold coins. Now that's for a particular phase. That doesn't mean grab 2 more gold coin cards. Some people do that accidentally. But each other player discards down to 3 cards in a hand. Let's take a spy, because that one costs 4. So I'll say, all right, I'll buy a spy then when my turn comes back around. And then I discard my entire hand. Everybody will go around in a circle again. I get 5 more cards. There we go. This time I got a village. Oh, I got 2 villages. So what's in my hand this time when it comes back around? Well, those 2 estates, those don't help me at all during the game. They help me win, of course. But village, +1 card. So my action phase, I've got 1 action. So I play village. +1 card. So I take from my deck and I put it in my hand. Okay, good. Another copper. I needed money. And this gives me +2 actions. So now I've got 2 more actions. So I play another action because I only had 1, but now I played a card that gave me 2 more actions. So I'm going to drop another village, which gives me +1 card again. I'll put that down here in my hand. Oh, great. Another copper. Perfect. And then also +2 actions. So I still have 2 actions right now. But 2 more actions doesn't help me because I have no more action cards. So there's nothing I can do. So that ends my action phase. And then I say, all right, listen, I got 3 copper coins and I'll take a chancellor. So the chancellor says +2 coins. You may immediately put your deck into your discard pile. All right. So that goes over there. That goes over here. These also get flipped over and goes into the discard pile. My deck is empty. At the end of my turn, I have to draw 5 more cards. So I shuffle my stack here, move it over to my deck, and I draw 5 more cards, and then it goes to the next player, and we go around in a circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does that make sense? Next time, okay, so when it comes around to me one more time, okay, I've got spy. So during my action phase, I can play spy. And spy says +1 card, +1 action. Each player, including you, reveals the top card of his deck and either discards it or puts it back. Your choice. Okay, so let me flip and shuffle everybody's deck. Okay, so if everybody was sitting here with shuffled decks, I play spy. So I get +1 card. Okay, I drew another copper. That's good. Needed some extra money. I still have 1 more action after this. And then each player, including you, reveals the top card of his deck and either discards it or puts it back, your choice. So on my deck, my top card is Chancellor. I will keep it. Next player looks at estate. Oh, I'm going to make them keep that because I want an estate, a victory card in their hand, because the victory card doesn't help you on a turn. So if I had drawn a victory card, I would have gone ahead and discarded it because that way I would get some other kind of usable card. But I definitely want him to keep that card on top. This person, estate, keep it. This person, oh, copper. Okay, discard that. Okay. So I kept them from having that copper, on the next turn. Oh, is this reasonable? I'm glad. Are people getting how this is going? It's a lot of fun. It's easy, especially once you've done a rounder. I mean, by the time everybody's done 2 or 3 rounds, everybody gets it. So that's the spy card. So I got my card, and I got +1 action. So I have 1 other action. So now I could play village again, and I could draw a card. And then +2 actions. I knew that Chancellor was on the top. Chancellor gives me +2 coins, and you may immediately put your deck into your discard pile. This would allow me to shuffle all of them up. So why not? I'll put the deck in the discard pile. And I get +2 coins. Now, that does not mean go over here and grab 2 copper coins. I did that in the very beginning, and that's pretty common for people to do, but that's not what that means. That means I've got 2 coins all ready to make a buy this round. 3, 4, 5. I only have 1 buy, but the Chancellor gives me 5 coins for this round. So I could reach down here down to the 5. See, this festival gives me +2 actions, +1 buy, and then +2 coins. That seems like a pretty good card. I mean, I could reach out over here also and get a duchy. Now, that's one of the victory point cards. So I could reach over here and get a duchy if I wanted to. But I'm gonna go festival. All right, so festival now, and then clean up. All these get cleaned up. Flip, and since I played the card which allowed me to discard my entire hand or my entire deck, I get to shuffle everything up, put it back over here, and then draw 5. Mike says, you've clearly taught this game. I have taught this game several times, yes. Sable says, I'm going to have to rewatch this and learn the game as well against the time when I'm not preparing to move across the country and will be able to play. Yeah, I'm excited for your moving to Texas. Hope it is a great time out there. Let's see. So I'll go another round right here. So right here, because I got a new card. So if it comes back around to me, okay, I'll play Festival this time. So I've got +2 actions. Now this time I get +1 buy and +2 coins. That's pretty big. So you can see once you get to know all of the different card types, you can read all the different things. As you start to buy cards, you'll get your deck playing the way that you want your deck to play. It says, like, Bureaucrat says, gain a silver onto your deck. Each other player reveals a victory card from their hand and puts it onto their deck, or reveals a hand with no victory cards. This is an attack action. So, by the way, and this action is an attack because that makes another player do something. Likewise, Militia is also an attack card because each other player has to discard down to 3 cards in their hand. That's why you draw at the very end, because at the end of your turn, you'll have 5. But if someone plays Militia, then that person gets +2 coins when they play the card for that round. But then everybody else has to discard down to 3 cards. The moat protects against attacks. The moat, you can play it on your turn to gain 2 cards, or when another player plays an attack card, you may reveal this card from your hand and be unaffected by the attack. So there would be no attack from a Bureaucrat and no attack from a Militia. You would be invulnerable to that. Oh, Elephant 99 Neo says, I love this game. See, I told you, some people are just absolutely fanatical about this game. People who love this game really love this game. So we found one, Elephant. I think it's fantastic. But yes, there is a lot of love for this game. Sable says, I really like this quick cycling that this game does. It's a bit of a unique take on a deck building game that I don't think I've seen before. So if I played Festival, I would get +2 actions. And I say +2 actions. Oh, I don't draw another card here. I don't draw another card. I get +1 buy. So the +1 buy, one of the, everybody says, like, if I have 4 coins, could I buy 2 moats? And if I've got 4 coins, can I buy 2 moats? Because they're 2 coins. Or could I buy an estate and a moat? And that answer is no, because by default, you only have 1 buy. So if you want to buy something that's less than the number of coins that you've got, that's perfectly fine. But the other coins are just discarded. Because by default, you get 1 action and 1 buy. But now I've got Festival, so now I would have 2 buys. So if I've got 5 coins, I could buy a 3 and a 2, or 2 2s, or whatever it is that I wanted. I'd have 2 different opportunities to buy. So I've got +2 actions, +1 buy, and +2 coins. So I've got 2 coins already in the bank. And I've got 2 actions. That's going to allow me to get both of these cards out. Elephant says, this game gets played quite often with my family and my friends. Like I said, that's why I keep it in the car a lot, because it is a great game. It doesn't take a lot of time to play. Nobody's sitting down for a 3-hour game. And it's light. A lot of people, it's easy to learn. So yes, it's a perfect kind of game for, hey, wait, we got time. We got family and friends sitting right here. Dominion is very often one of the ones that I keep in the car. Elephant says, I'm not a fan of the attack cards, not the style of game I like. And that's perfectly okay, right? Because you don't have to play with the attack cards. The attack cards can be, you've got the whole selection. Like I said, this is just one particular array of stacks of cards that you can use. Don't have to use attack cards. If you and your group doesn't like attack cards, don't worry about it. Just don't add them. Don't play with them. Yeah, I know they do look rather brigandy. Sable says. Okay, so I was trying to go through here. So I got +2. So I've got +2 actions. That means I can get both Chancellor and Spy out. So Chancellor goes +2 coins, and I may get to cycle my deck. So I've got 4 coins right here. And then I still have another action card. And so now I get to draw. Oh, so now I shuffle my stack. Draw the top one. Oh, a copper coin. That's good. +1 action. I don't have any more action cards. I'm out. But then village, I will keep. Estate, we know we'll have them keep that. Estate, we'll have them keep that. Oh, a copper coin. I'll have him move that over because of Spy. And now I go to my buys. And I'm in a really good position to buy because I've got +2 coins, so 4, 5, 6, 7 coins. I've got 7 coins and 2 buys. But one thing I might do is go up here and grab a gold coin. Or I could grab, since I got 2 buys, in order to demonstrate that, I could grab 2 silvers. If I wanted 2 silvers, I could grab 2 silvers here. And then those are discarded. Now, why would you buy those? Why are you buying more gold coins? Well, or different coins of different denominations, silver and gold. Well, the reason you're doing that is because, remember, you're only drawing 5 cards from your hand. And so you could only, if all you have is copper, if you draw 5 coppers, you could have 5 coins. Right. Now, plus you can have some additional coins on your turn because of Festival or Chancellor or things like that. But as you start to go, if you use some of your coins to pick up some of these higher value cards like gold 3, I mean, that's one of your 5 cards that hits your hand, and that's got a value of 3. It costs 6 down there in the corner to buy. It costs 6 to buy, but it gives you a power of 3 for that one card, a buying power of 3 for that one card. So adding the higher value treasure card allows you to get more buying power with fewer cards. And that becomes really advantageous as the game progresses. So I might go 1 gold, or I might say, hey, let me go ahead and get 2 silver cards. Might go 2 silver cards. That's a buying power of 4. And some people also are like, well, now why do I have to discard my copper? No, I mean, or get rid of my copper? No, it's just discarded like normal. So the coppers are still in your deck. I bought silver this round, but the coppers are still in my deck. They're just going to the discard pile. So I increased my buying power this turn. There we go. And then we go around. And so, like I said, the game ends when everybody has taken all of the province cards. They cost 8. You got to get to 8. So you got to get to 8 gold to get a province, or 8 coins in order to get a province. So if you're trying to get 8 gold in your hand, or 8 coins in your hand, having some of the gold cards, helps that a lot to reach out and really touch and be able to purchase those high value cards. So once all those cards are gone, the game is over immediately, and everybody counts the victory cards they have in their hand. Or when 3 of these stacks are depleted here on the board, the game is over, and everybody counts the victory cards they have in their hand. The most victory cards wins. that is that. So I enjoy it. I enjoy it. So I'll be doing a practice game. When there's the practice game of this? Oh, tomorrow. So if you'd like to practice this tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Central, I'll be doing a practice teaching game. So if you want to practice and learn, I'll be playing tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Central. Sign up here on the RavenCon landing page right here, the sign up page right here, just for interest. I already emailed everybody who'd already signed up to say we got practice coming in tomorrow. Practice for diplomacy and practice learning for Dominion. So if you'd like to learn how to play, I will be playing in the coffee shop for anybody who would like to play. Sable says, I really like the mechanics of this game. Magic the Gathering and Pokemon have a kind of sucked all the oxygen out of the room when it comes to CCGs, and seems like any deck builder since copies them. Well, yeah, this is deck building. It's not customizable card. Not customizable card game. I was told, wait a minute, these are different things. Because at first I didn't know what the difference was. Because you don't have to go and buy booster packs for Dominion. You don't have to do that. It's a deck building game, but all the cards are there in the set. So you're building a deck during the game. There's no collectible, customizable element to it, like with other, like with Magic or Pokemon or something like that. Now there are definitely there are expansions out the wazoo to Dominion, but you buy an expansion and then you just add those cards to your game as you see fit and mix and match and things like that. So that's another great thing. It's a card game, but once you buy the box, you've got the entire game and your deck building right there, not trying to build outside of the game. They are different things, but people look at cards and those are the first things that come to mind. Yes. Did Dominion? I don't know where Dominion came from, actually. I do not know. Someone in the chat might know. I am not sure. All right. Well, actually, I'm glad you enjoyed that. I actually really enjoyed teaching that. That makes me want to build out some more different games for the coffee shop like this and be able to do a teaching session like this. So that was fun. So I have got to go to the vineyard. So I am going to get out of here. I hope that everybody enjoyed it. Please do sign up if you'd like to play games. I'll be playing games tomorrow night. I've got to go to the vineyard, and then I've got to go to dinner up in the city tonight. So everybody have a wonderful day. Go forth. Please do like the stream. Yep, please do subscribe and like the stream if you are here. Go forth, be creative, be productive, and grind on. See you later.